They didn't expect you to wake up, did they? They thought you'd stay asleep. They thought they could bury you under their false narratives, their excuses, their lies. They thought they had you figured out. They thought you would fall into line, stay in your place, play the part they wanted you to play. But that was their mistake. They didn't expect you to wake up. They didn't think you would break free. They didn't think you had the strength to shatter their world of control. But here you are, awake, alive. And now they're scared. They're terrified. Because the truth is, they never expected you to see through their lies. They thought they could control you, shape you into something small and insignificant. They thought they could keep you in the dark. But you woke up, and now you're dangerous. You're more dangerous than they could ever imagine. They told you to stay small. They told you to stay in your place. They told you that your dreams were too big, your ambitions too lofty. They told you that you were just like them, weak, ordinary, powerless. They told you that you didn't have what it takes, but you didn't listen. You didn't buy into their lies. You saw through them. You saw that their world was built on fear, on control, on excuses, and you weren't going to be a part of it. They told you to stay in the shadows, to stay quiet, to stay obedient. They told you that the world was too big for someone like you. They wanted you to shrink down to their level, to conform, to follow their rules. They wanted to make you believe that you were too weak, too insignificant to rise above them. But you woke up. You saw through their fear. And once you saw the truth, there was no going back. They thought they could bury you. They thought they could keep you hidden. But what they didn't realize is that you were never meant to be buried. You were meant to rise. You were meant to break free. And now that you've woken up, there's no stopping you. They thought they had you trapped. They thought they could control your every move, dictate your every decision. They thought they could make you follow their rules, live their life, and accept their excuses. They thought they could mold you into something small, something weak, something that didn't threaten their world. But you didn't fit their mold. You never did. And now you're breaking free from their control. And that's the scariest thing they've ever encountered. They thought you were just another puppet in their game, another face in the crowd, another victim of their system. But you weren't. You never were. You always had the power within you. You always had the strength to rise above them, to shatter their illusion of control, to step into the light and show the world who you really are. They never saw it coming. They thought they could control your mind, your thoughts, your dreams. They thought they could bury your ambitions under their weight of doubt and fear. They thought they could make you believe in their limitations, their excuses, their failures. But you didn't fall for it. You saw their game. You saw their manipulation, and you broke free. They thought you were weak. They thought you were fragile. They thought you would fall apart just like everyone else. But you didn't. You've proven them wrong at every turn. You've shown them that you're not afraid. You've shown them that you're not weak. You've shown them that nothing, no excuse, no limitation, no fear can hold you back. They thought you would stay down. They thought you would stay silent. They thought you would accept their story for your life. They wanted you to believe that their version of reality was the only one that mattered. They wanted you to accept that you were just like them, weak, small, and insignificant. But you didn't. You woke up. You realized that their version of reality was a lie, a trap, a prison. And now that you've seen the truth, there's no going back. They thought you wouldn't fight back. They thought you wouldn't rise up against them. They thought they could hold you down, control your every move, keep you in line. But you didn't stay in line. You didn't follow their rules. You didn't accept their limitations. You broke free. And now they're scared. They're scared because they know that once you see your power, once you realize what you're capable of, there's no stopping you. They didn't think you could wake up. They didn't think you had the strength, the will, the courage to see through their lies. They didn't think you would rise above their excuses, their fear, their control. But here you are. And now, they're the ones who are scared. They're the ones who are trapped in their own game. They're the ones who are struggling to hold on to power, struggling to keep their lies intact. They thought they had you under their thumb. They thought they could keep you small, keep you weak, keep you obedient. They thought they could control your every move, keep you in their world of excuses. But you broke free. And now they can't stop you. They thought they had you figured out. They thought you were just another pawn in their game. They thought you would stay in your lane, accept their excuses, and play by their rules. But you didn't. You woke up. You saw through their lies. And now, they're running scared. They're running scared because they know they can't control you anymore. They know that once you realize your power, once you wake up to your true potential, there's no stopping you. They thought you were weak. They thought you were just like them. But you weren't. You never were. And now that you've woken up, now that you've broken free from their control, they're terrified. They know that they can't hold you back anymore. They know that you are unstoppable. You've seen the truth. You've seen the cracks in their system. You've seen the weakness in their lies. And now that you've woken up, there's nothing left for them to hold on to. They thought they had you under their control, but you've broken free. You're no longer a part of their world. You're no longer a part of their game. You've awakened, and now you're unstoppable. And here's the thing. They can't stop you. They can't control you. They can't hold you back. Because now, you're awake. And once you're awake, once you realize your true power, there's no going back. You've broken free from their chains. You've shed their lies. You've woken up, and now the world is yours to conquer. There's no limit to what you can do. There's no limit to what you can achieve. And once you see that, there's nothing that can stop you. They thought they could bury you. They thought they could control you, but they didn't count on your strength. They didn't count on your resilience. They didn't count on your fire. They didn't count on your hunger to rise above, to rise beyond. And now that you've woken up, there's no going back. You're unstoppable. And that's the most dangerous thing of all. They never thought you could see through their false reality. They never thought you could hear their lies beneath their hollow words. They thought they could drown your mind, suffocate your thoughts, and imprison your dreams. But you fought back. And that's what scares them. You're no longer part of the game they wanted you to play. You're creating a new one where they have no control, where their excuses are nothing but whispers in the dark. They didn't expect you to wake up, but you did. And now that you're awake, nothing will ever be the same. You see, The moment you woke up, you unlocked something they never wanted you to realize. Something they thought was beyond your reach. A power they hoped you'd never tap into. But you've tapped it. You've unleashed it. You found the key to the door they tried to lock and chain you behind. The moment you woke up, everything changed. They thought you were small, insignificant. They thought you didn't have it in you to rise, to confront the truth of who you really are. They thought you were one of them, weak, powerless, trapped in the cycles of their manipulation. But you proved them wrong. You proved that you could see through their false walls, their false realities. You proved that you were capable of more than they ever imagined. And now they're scrambling, aren't they? Now they're trying to figure out how they can pull you back in, how they can put you back into the box they tried to bury you in. But here's the thing. You don't belong in that box. You never did. You were never meant to be confined, to be limited. You were meant to break free. You were meant to tear down the walls they built around you. You were meant to rise up and show the world who you really are. But the scariest part? You're only just getting started. They thought they could hold you down, keep you in check. They thought they could convince you that the world was too big for you, that your dreams were too lofty, your goals too unrealistic. They thought they could fill your mind with doubts, with fears, with lies. But you didn't listen. You didn't buy into their poison. You heard their words, but they didn't touch you. They didn't break you. They didn't hold you back. And now they're watching you break through the lies, watching you break through the limitations they imposed upon you. And that's terrifying, isn't it? To see someone who was once just like them, trapped, small, broken, turn into something unstoppable, something they can't control, because you've realized something they never wanted you to know. You don't need their approval. You don't need their validation. You don't need their rules, their restrictions, their fears. You never did. They tried to feed you the idea that you weren't enough, that you weren't worthy of your dreams. They fed you their excuses and made you believe that they were your excuses. But that was their trap. That was the game they wanted you to play. The game where you stayed small, stayed quiet, stayed weak. But now you've woken up. Now you see the truth. And the truth is, you're more powerful than they ever imagined. You're stronger than they could ever understand. You are a force they can't contain, a fire they can't extinguish. They never expected you to wake up. But now that you have, they can't stop you. Here's what they didn't count on. They didn't count on the hunger inside you. They didn't count on your desire to rise above them, to rise beyond them. They didn't count on your will to break free from their lies, from their control. And now that you've awakened, you're an unstoppable force. You've realized that the only thing standing in your way is the wall they built in your mind, the wall of their lies, their excuses, their limitations, and you're tearing it down piece by piece. But the scariest part, they're not even fighting you. Not really. They're fighting their own fear. They're fighting the fear that if you rise, if you wake up, you'll expose them for what they really are. Weak, afraid, trapped in their own lies. They're fighting the fear that you'll show the world that they were never in control, that they were never as powerful as they thought. And that's why they're afraid of you. That's why they want to keep you in the dark. They don't want you to see through their illusion, through their facade. They don't want you to realize that their power was always an illusion. But now you know. Now you see through the lies. And once you see the truth, there's no going back. They've done everything they can to stop you. They fed you lies, whispered doubts, built walls around you. But you didn't fall for it. You saw through the cracks in their story. You saw the weakness in their game. And now that you've woken up, you're no longer playing by their rules. You've made your own rules. You've created your own path. And you're walking it with power, with confidence, with purpose. You're unstoppable. And here's the thing they never expected. You don't need their approval. You don't need their validation. You don't need their permission. You don't need their excuses. You are the only one who can decide your worth. You are the only one who can determine your future. And now that you know this, nothing can hold you back. Nothing can stop you. You're free. You're powerful. And you're ready to take on the world. But they still don't get it, do they? They still don't understand. They still don't see the power within you. They still don't see the force you've become. But that's okay. You don't need them to understand. You don't need them to see your power. You know your worth. You know what you're capable of. And that's all that matters. So, while they're stuck in their own lies, their own fear, you're out here, rising. You're out here, breaking through the walls they built to keep you small. You're out here, creating the life you were always meant to live. And nothing can stop you now. They thought they had you under their control. They thought they could keep you in line, keep you weak, keep you obedient. But now they see that you've woken up. You've seen through their lies. You've seen through their manipulation. And now, you're unstoppable. You've realized the truth, that their power was never real. It was a lie. And now that you know the truth, you're walking into your own power. You're taking back everything they tried to take from you. And nothing, absolutely nothing, can stop you. And here's the twist. The moment you woke up, they lost. They lost everything. They lost their control. They lost their grip on you. They lost their power. Because the moment you woke up, you realized that their excuses were nothing but chains. And now, you're free. You're more than free. You're unstoppable. And that, my friend, is the ultimate victory. So, as you rise against all odds, against their lies, against their fears, remember this. You were never meant to be small. You were never meant to be weak. You were never meant to be controlled. You were meant to rise. You were meant to be powerful. You were meant to break free from their lies and show the world who you really are. Now it's your time. It's your time to rise above, to break through, to conquer. Because nothing can stop you now. And as they watch from the shadows, they'll realize one thing. You're not just awake. You're awake and you're unstoppable. And in that moment, you'll understand the truth. The only thing standing between you and your destiny was their excuses, and you slaughtered them all. You're free, and nothing will ever be the same again.